Alright, how's it going everybody? My name is Infamous Isaac and I'm here with another me talking about blank. This is where I talk about whatever movie, anime, series, manga, anything that can be classified as entertainment. Well, excuse me, mostly everything that could be classified as entertainment. We don't talk about the other stuff, but I usually talk about that and I talk about it in here on this format again, where I talk about it for however many minutes I decide to, or well, for however many minutes I end up talking about it. But here today, I'm actually talking about something that I said I was going to talk about in another video, in the Smite video. Actually, I just recorded literally like 2-3 minutes ago, and I've been using talk a lot in the first intro. I that is purely accidental. I promise. I swear. But here we're gonna be discussing. I'm gonna be I'm gonna be elaborately not talking discussing Boruto, right? Boruto: The Next Generations, a sequel. Well, I guess yeah, a sequel to Naruto Shippuden and part of a trilogy in the Naruto series. I guess if you want to look at it like that, because you have Naruto, original Naruto, and you have Naruto Shippuden, and you have Boruto: Next Generation, which is the life of Boruto, the son of Naruto, Uzumaki. And I've been watching this show for a good while, right? I was watching it before or pre-crisis, aka when before the outbreak happened, and like around 2019 when it was around like 100 and something episodes. So it was decently into its series length or its lifespan when I was watching it. Because one of my friends was like, "Yo, this arc that they're in, it's so cool. You gotta watch it. You gotta watch it." And I was like, you know what? I'll do it. I'll give it a chance. I have a good impression of Naruto because of the fact that I watched like the war arc, or at least the second part of the war, and I watched some other stuff, like some of the pain stuff when I was younger, and some other stuff. Like I never watched Naruto, but I watched some of Naruto Shippuden. I know a good amount to discuss it, but not enough to be like, yeah, my opinion on this is that it's great or that it's bad. My impressions are that it's good. And honestly, that it's great. It deserves to be in the top three, like big three discussion with Naruto, Ichigo, and Luffy. They all deserve to be there. But I was like, all right, let's watch it. I gave it a watch, and I've consistently continued to watch it. Every single time Sunday hits, I have my usual schedule of watching anime. Boruto's always the first one that I watch because it's always the most consistent. Or at the time, it always was consistent. Because at the time, I wasn't watching One Piece, or at least I wasn't willing to finish One Piece. I didn't have the motivation to. So Boruto was always there when I wanted to watch it. I took a break from it in between, like when 2020 hit, but I came back, caught up, and I kept watching. And I haven't stopped watching ever since. And excuse me. Now the anime that I watch always consists of Boruto and One Piece. Now that Demon Slayer is over and Attack on Titan is ending soon, at before the most that I used to watch like was always four. Because last year I used to watch Boruto, One Piece, and My Hero along with The World Ends with You, since that also got an anime last year. And then this year was Boruto, One Piece, Demon Slayer, and Attack on Titan. So it's always been four. I never had five episodes that would release on Sunday to watch, or at least Saturday to Sunday. But regardless, after I caught up to Boruto and the most recent arc happened. By the way, I want to mention like halfway in the video, I'm not gonna be talking about the spoilers in this show because I know Reaper, if he does watch this, I don't want to spoil him on anything in this, or anybody who wants to watch Boruto or who is watching Boruto. Like I'm not gonna be talking about anything that happens in it, like in terms of spoilers or story. Just characters and for the most part, no spoiler characters. But yeah, I'll put the no spoiler title in the title so people know. But I gotta make sure to check myself so to make sure that I don't spoil anything. But yeah, so after I watched the most recent arc of Boruto with some crazy stuff happening, Naruto is wild. But yeah, I went to go read the manga because I remember Afro sent you talking about like reading the manga, a YouTuber on his platform, and how like he loves it or how he finds like a lot of enjoyment from it, or at least from what I could gather. If he actually hates it, I don't know, but from the parts that he was reading, it sounded pretty cool. But I decided, you know what, I'm gonna read it too, and I caught up to the manga as well. And now I'm watching the anime every week, and I'm reading the manga every month. So you're probably wondering, okay, you watch it weekly and you read it monthly. Why don't you talk about it? And that's the thing, right? I don't know why I don't talk about it. Because you could say the same thing about Attack on Titan or Demon Slayer, but I talked about Demon Slayer. I didn't talk about Attack on Titan, and I didn't talk about Boruto. I talked about One Piece as well. I didn't even talk about The World Ends With You, even though I've been watching that since like 2015. Seeing the game itself, looking at the sequel right now, watching the anime. So it's just like, okay, why haven't you talked about it, though? And honestly, simplest answer, I don't know. I really don't know. I guess it either escaped my mind or I never thought, hey, I can make a video on this. But yeah, those are other things, other series I have to make videos on, like My Hero, What Else Are You, since that anime was kind of cool. And Attack on Titan, since I've also read the manga, so I know how it ends, and I'm watching the anime as it comes out. So it's like, those are other videos I gotta make at some point. But regardless, Boruto. Boruto, I've been watching it for a long time. I've been reading it for a good while. What's my opinion on it? Again, no spoilers, just my opinion on it. It's a good show, right? It's a good show. Do I feel like it's overhated? Yeah, to a certain extent. But is some of the hate justified? Only when it's criticism and only when it makes sense, right? So there are some arcs in the show that are like, man, this arc is a stinker. Oh my gosh, holy! And it's like recently, like the last 70 episodes, there hasn't been like an arc like that where there's been a complete stinker because the arcs that have passed this past year and last year have been mediocre to great. That's basically it. There hasn't been a bad arc in the show for a while. The only years that really had that were like 2017 and 2018 because that was the start of the show. It was like right after Naruto Shippuden ended. But man, let me tell you, like some of these arcs in this show can be really bad, but some of the arcs in this show can be really good, like Naruto Shippuden level good with like pain arc and stuff. So it's not like it's just a mediocre show. The show is good and it has potential and glimpses of greatness. It's just when it isn't great, it's either mediocre or bad. But the ratio to great and good compared to mediocre and bad is like a 7 to a 3. But the bad is bad. I will mention that. Like, so if I had to give the show like a rating overall, I would give it like a 7, a 4 at its worst, and an 8.5 at its best. Because the greatness is there, man. The greatness is there. And overall, if you like Naruto, you'll find some enjoyment from this, because some Naruto fans can be split one way or another. Like, oh yeah, I think Boruto's cool. It has its flaws, it has its good points, but overall, I think it's a good show. Or people hate it because it's Boruto, and people continue to hate it because the bandwagon continue to grow, and they never watch the show, or they never watch the show. Excuse me. Because some people that do watch the show and do not like it, fair enough. You don't like it, you don't like it. That's your opinion, of course. But the people who don't watch it and bandwagon and like continue to perpetuate that into and into the air, I guess it's like you know, what are you basing this on? Like, you're accusing the show of being bad, but you never watched it. You're perpetuating an opinion someone else has that probably did watch it. And if they didn't watch it, you're no better than them. So it's like, I know this information because I watched Boruto. I'm not saying this to hate on the show, but I'm not saying it to get on his good graces either. Like they would care about a guy with 20 subscribers. But my opinions on Boruto come from watching it. I like the show. The show has brought some really cool moments to me. Had some really real stinkers. Like to a point where one of the arcs, I was just so bored I dropped the show for a good while. But like this show, it does get some hate. The only show I know that gets this much hate is One Piece as well. Well, actually, so a couple others. I won't say only, but Boruto gets a lot of hate because it's supposed to live up to the predecessor and be even better, but the expectations are so high. It's just like, all right, when you fail, you get looked at more critically, and I feel like that's a little bit unfair. But at the same time, people have their own lenses on how to view things, so I can't like change the way people view things. I can only speak my opinion on it. And my opinion, again, is that I think Boruto's good. I think Boruto's a good show. For however long it's been running, I haven't found myself looking at the show and be like, dang, I do not want to watch this ever again. Because there's some stuff in here. Friends watching the show have always, like, I've always been excited for them to get to the good stuff. For them seeing everything. Seeing, oh, for them to see all the Naruto characters that are in Boruto. Seeing the growth, seeing the children. It's cool. It's cool. It always gets me excited. And I guess that's why I've kept watching. Like the good's kept me here. The bad is always man, the bad has always just been there. But for me not watching Naruto and for me knowing a little bit of, or not a little bit, a good amount of Shippuden, why should I have stayed to watch Boruto? I guess it's because of its own merit. Its own merit kept me. But yeah, at the end of the day, my rating on it is a 7. Uh, I'll probably talk about more of the show, like with spoilers in it, later on in the future, probably. But until then, that's gonna be it for me for now. This has been me talking about Boruto Next Generation for however long I've talked about it. And yeah, I enjoy it. I would recommend to anybody who likes normal shonen stuff. If you like Naruto, but you don't like, you're not like Naruto isn't your favorite show. There you go. Because if and Naruto Shippuden are your favorite shows, your opinion on Boruto is going to be divisive, and that's just a given. But I recommend it. If you want a long shonen with cool stuff that happens in it, with cool characters that were built up before, I recommend it. I recommend it. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me for now. I was I was me talking about Bart, so hope you all enjoyed. Thank you all for watching as always. And yeah, I'll check y'all out. Peace.